What up, everybody? It's your boy Josh or JR Reviews, Joshua Reviews Incorporated. Welcome back to my company, guys. Here to bring another review on The Mist by Stephen King. Now, I'm gonna tell you this: I read the book and I've seen the film, and I watched the TV series, from Spike. TV series sucked, in my opinion. My bad. Fuck all. You got a TV series, whatever. But the book and the movie have totally different endings. The book has a more hopeful ending where everyone he escaped, some of the people he escaped with, got in the car and they all drive off into the uncertain future. The movie ending, well, we're gonna get about it into that. I think this movie has the most tragic ending to any film ever, in my opinion. Even more tragic than Philadelphia. But whatever you want to say, say. The movie takes place in Portland, Oregon. In the book, it takes place in Maine. And it's about this guy named David who is driving. Here, I'll read you the back of it real quick. After a mysterious mist envelops the small England town, a group of locals trapped in a supermarket must battle a siege of otherworldly creatures and the fear starting to tear them apart. I honestly love this movie. This movie was a good movie. Very, very sad ending. Basically, this guy named David is in this town. And he has to go with his son. They go get some super supplies or something after a thunderstorm. There's also an army base, and there's Project Arrowhead at the army base. And what happens is, supposedly, the army men were looking, and the army and the military of this place was during Project Arrowhead, were looking into ways to open a window to peer into other dimensions and universes alongside of their own. And something happened, and I guess you could say a window got smashed, and everything from that one dimension came into their dimension, and that's therefore the Mist. Now, there is one character in this entire movie series that I fucking hate. And is that religious fucking nut bitch, whatever her name is. I'm sorry. If I was in this movie, I would have killed her off very long ago. As soon as she started preaching about Jesus, as soon as she was at times, I would have shot her in the fucking head. I'm sorry. I viewed that as a danger immediately. And she didn't even danger. She almost had them executed in the book and sent out as sacrifice. And then a bunch of shit happens. I mean, swear to God, this poor guy, the military kid, who was just like, he's a local, didn't even, I didn't do shit. I heard about the project. I didn't do shit. I'm not paid to talk, And he's like, what does it matter? You're a Judas. I'm like, he's not a Judas. His job is to work for the military. That's what he was doing. When you're in the military, you don't have to say, Sarge, I don't think it's a good idea. No. If you're a private, you don't say that shit. Unless you're absolutely sure it's not a good idea. And he doesn't even know, he didn't know it could get that bad. Other monsters we supposedly see are, I would say a gigantic fucking, I don't know what it is. It looks like a fucking Cthulhu shit. It looks like Cthulhu, actually, in my opinion. I'm gonna call it gigantic camel Cthulhu, mixed in with some tentacle with some octopus in it. A crab kind of like creature, crab lobster creature. A gigantic, weird looking like Venus flytrap creature that's like has its face and like eats from its tentacle / octopus, because it's like a octopus has tentacles, and a pterodon-like creature, which is actually interesting. A fucking, I would say a bee, in my opinion. But I would be wrong. And that one was interesting. My favorite, though, creature, even though it's legitimately terrifying, its face and what it does, is the spider-like creature that the best way I can describe its face is literally like a skeleton. Like a skeleton face. Like legitimately like a spider. Has a skeleton face, like here, and it its webbing is like acid. When it shoots, it's like acid. It's like there's a scene where it shoots out a web and a guy's leg gets caught into it. His leg gets shit cut off, like legitimately, like, and not cut off. It just like acid all over the leg. Also, it lays its eggs inside people, and there's a nasty little scene where they see an MP, which is a military police officer, there, wrapped up in all the webbing and shit, and stuck, and said, you know, he said, "It's my fault. It's our fault." All this shit's on them, the bugs, the eggs, and then finally they all burst, and it's just fucking thousands of them, millions of these little bastards. I love how they are. One of them, the old lady is my favorite character in this movie because of the one scene where the religious bitch is spewing up knowledge or some fucking, oh, you're all gonna go to hell, blah blah blah, and then the old lady just throws a fucking piece of, I don't know what it is, canned food, hits the bitch right, the religious bitch right in the face, in the head, and like, oh fuck. And he says, "You bitch, you old fucking bitch." And this is what the old lady says. I'm like, wow, okay, you don't need to call that. So then the old lady says, "You know what? In the Bible, it says that you can stone people that piss you off in our Bible. And I got a bunch of canned peas that I can use. I got more peas than canned peas and canned corn, where that comes from." And I'm like, I remember watching this again recently. I'm like, yep, say it, old lady, say it. Also, she is also the one who took out one of the spiders in the most ingenious way possible. Well, it didn't take it out; it just ran away. But it learned not to fuck with her again, and that was because she was the last person. She was never attacked after that, and that was when they were trying to escape, and it literally just was hanging from a web, and it's like, "Well, bitch, but they can kill you now." And ready for this? She's like, "Get rid of it." She just pulls up a aerosol can and a lighter. Just like flamethrower bitch in that shit. Like flamethrower. It just immediately starts to scream. Like, I don't know the word for it. I don't know how to do it, scream, but it was crying. It's all covered in flames. It's like, "Bye, bitch, I'm gonna go and try to get it off of me now." It freaked out. Then they found, I guess we could say, the queen or a giant version of this shit, and they just speared it. I don't think it died, but they speared it. And this was on their run to a medicine or a pharmacy to get medicine for people with sicknesses. And then a bunch of military people that this one guy was with, the one they later called Judas, hanged himself after he tells them that they were supposedly what the military police officer said. What the fuck? What is that shit? I don't even know what that shit that was. It was like a bug. Anyways, no, but they end up basically about to kill this. They actually do like a mock trial for the Judas kid, where they end up stabbing him and calling him a Judas and a traitor and a fucking heretic and whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you people? I'm sorry. I would have killed her. I would have fucking killed her when I had the chance, before she could even gotten followers, because that bitch is deadly and crazy. I'm sorry. In a situation like this, where there's like fucking like this, the end of times is not a good time. Like, to have some crazy bitches. It's crazy religious people. Because she was always saying, "Oh, it's all our fault. It's your fault. You're all sinners and haters." And blah, 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 blah. I wanted to say, bitch, shut the fuck up. First of all, no one believes you. Also, never in the Bible does it say a mist is going to come with otherworldly creatures. And I doubt God has the creation of those shits, or their intended purposes. The only kind of sliver of truth is when she's kept calm and one of those like fucking bee things fall on her. She says, "I'll be like your loyal servant," and it just flies away. That does not prove it that you're a thing. It's just like you kept calm, and it's like, well, it's, I guess it's I think I know some bees don't sting you unless they're threatened, and well, you know, this one was not threatened, so Fall out, bitch. The last thing she says was my favorite is, I am God's vessel on this earth. Just like bullet shot right to the head. Bullet shot right to the head. I love that part. And they're like, you killed her, you murderer. I'm like, it don't matter. She deserved to die. I would have fucking mock trialed her ass. I don't know what. Probably would have burned her at the stake, you know. And we did not suffer. The Bible says we should not suffer a witch to live, or a bitch to live, as the word, if I would rephrase it, or all false prophets must be executed for heresy, and you are indeed a false prophet, ma'am, by claiming that you are God's vessel on this earth. You know, dead instantly, you know, burning at the stake. I don't think I'm burning at the stake, beheading, I don't know which of the three. I don't give a shit which. I would burn at the stake. And then the saddest part of this movie would be the ending, where they end up driving and until they run out of gas, and then the battery's gonna die with their lights up, with the lights going off. The lights go off, and they're in total darkness, supposedly total darkness, and they have one gun with a couple of bullets. Okay, but supposedly they have enough bullets, I think, and just avoid them from being killed by this creature, they end up considering committing mercy. So he kills one, he kills the other one, he kills the old lady and an old man. Then he puts it to his I guess friend, who a few of these movie characters were later in the Walking Dead, which is the old man and his friend. Shoots her in the head, and then he turns the gun on his son and kills him. And then he goes to kill himself, and there's no bullet left. And at just that moment, the mist kind of clears around him, and he sees fucking military coming down with like weapons upon weapons, and they're killing all this shit. And he opens his door, and they open his door, and he gets on the ground and just starts crying and crying because literally help was literally not nearly 2 minutes away. If he would only waited 2 more minutes, they would have been safe. But no, he ended up mercy killing everyone when he didn't need to, which is just. I'm sorry, I remember crying at this scene when I first saw it when I was like 9 or 8. No, I was like 11 when I first saw this. I remember just bawling into my pillow in that scene because that was just like legitimately sad. Like, he acted way too fast, and now he has no son, no best friend, no friend that's a girl. I don't know where the fuck his wife is. And now he's all alone with these military people killing all these creatures, which, granted, these creatures needed to die, but still. Anyways, that's it for this video and my review on The Mist. Definitely go watch it, pick it up, read it, wherever it is. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. If you have your own subscription, please subscribe. If you don't think I have a subscription, please subscribe. I cannot ask you and beg you enough to subscribe because everyone else on my channel. I'm trying to get this to 190 subs before my birthday on the 22nd of this month. So see you guys later. Remember to stay cool, stay hip, be nice to each other, and have a scary night, everyone.